The world's truly legendary victories do not rely solely on the loud roar of heavy artillery. They build invisible networks of deception that completely undermine an enemy state from within. When we think of elite historical achievements, we imagine famous generals charging on horses. But true, absolute dominance belongs to the masterminds of history's most brilliant secret agents. These clever individuals manipulated aliases, stolen documents, and romance to alter global politics completely. Today we are counting down 10 of history's absolute greatest and most dangerous spies. We will look closely at exactly how they outmaneuvered entire governments and secured secret data. Before we dive in, please like and subscribe to Stickman Chronicles right now. Hitting that big subscribe button helps us bring you more high-quality history videos. Do not forget to turn on the notification bell for your daily history fix. Let us start our global countdown with number 10, which takes us to ancient Europe. Number 10 is the legendary actor and double agent of the French Revolution named Fabre d'Eglantine. The chaotic situation unfolded when rival political factions fought viciously for absolute control of Paris. Fabre was a highly charismatic playwright who used his theatrical skills to blend into elite political circles. He secretly took massive financial bribes from foreign empires to disrupt the new revolutionary government. He forged official state documents and spread false rumors to turn powerful leaders against each other. He used his public speaking talent to distract the crowd, while his hidden networks gathered vital intelligence. His clever manipulation of political paranoia successfully sent multiple major revolutionary figures to the guillotine. Though he was eventually caught and executed, his deep deception completely reshaped the early French state. It remains an undying global symbol of how theatrical charm can weaponize information to destroy a regime. Next up at number 9 is the breathtakingly dangerous operations of the spy master Nathan Hale. The volatile situation erupted during the early desperate days of the American Revolutionary War. George Washington desperately needed accurate intelligence on British troop movements around New York City. Nathan Hale was a highly educated young schoolteacher who volunteered for the incredibly hazardous mission. He disguised himself as a simple traveling teacher looking for work behind the enemy frontline borders. He spent weeks quietly noting down British fortification plans and troop numbers on hidden scraps of paper. He had the highly classified drawings inside the soles of his civilian leather shoes to avoid guard detection. A clever loyalist relative recognized his face at a local tavern and betrayed his location to British authorities. He was captured with the stolen blueprints and sentenced to immediate hanging without a formal trial. His legendary final words of absolute patriotic devotion struck deep psychological inspiration into the American army. Number 8 takes us to the vast deserts of the Middle East with the iconic Agent T. Lawrence. The British military officer possessed an almost supernatural talent for learning local languages and customs. He was sent deep into the desert to help organize a massive regional rebellion against the Ottoman Empire. Lawrence abandoned his traditional military uniform to wear the flowing white robes of a desert warrior. He traveled thousands of miles across uncharted sand dunes to unite fractured rival nomadic tribes. He gathered vital structural intelligence on the heavily guarded Damascus railway networks completely on foot. He then used this hidden knowledge to launch devastating surprise hit and run demolition strikes on supply lines. His clever asymmetrical strategies completely paralyzed tens of thousands of elite Ottoman frontline troops. He could read the shifting desert terrain like a map, outmaneuvering professional scouts at every single turn. His legendary espionage performance transformed a fractured tribal uprising into a massive global military success. Number 7, we look at the breathtaking and highly sophisticated double agent Juan Pujol Garcia. He was a brilliant Spanish manager who grew to absolutely despise the tyrannical fascist regimes of Europe. He decided to become a spy and managed to completely fool German intelligence into hiring him as an agent. He created a completely fictional network of over 27 fake sub-agents working across Britain. He sent hundreds of detailed false intelligence reports to Germany using invented identities and fake documents. The German high command trusted his information so absolutely that they funded his entire imaginary network. During the critical planning for D-Day, Pugil executed his ultimate strategic masterpiece of deception code, named Garbo. He convinced the German generals that the main Allied invasion force would strike at the beaches of Pas-de-Calais. This brilliant lie forced the enemy to keep their most elite tank divisions far away from the real Normandy landings. His invisible psychological trap successfully saved thousands of Allied lives and altered the course of World War II. Number 6 takes us to the Cold War era with the incredibly deep operations of the Cambridge Five. The situation involved a group of highly educated British aristocrats who studied at Cambridge University. They rose to hold the most secure and prestigious positions inside the British intelligence services and government. However, they secretly maintained absolute ideological loyalty to the communist regime of the Soviet Union. Led by the brilliant and charming Kim Philby, they systematically copied thousands of highly classified documents. They handed over top-secret atomic research radar designs and Allied agent lists to their handlers. Philby was actually promoted to lead the very British counter-espionage unit tasked with finding Soviet spies. He cleverly used his high institutional authority to protect his fellow agents and misdirect investigators for decades. The deep structural betrayal completely paralyzed Western intelligence operations across the European continent. When the circle finally collapsed, the spies successfully fled to Moscow, leaving the British establishment completely humiliated. We have reached the middle position for today, countdown of history's most gripping secret operations. Before we reveal the top 5, please like this video and subscribe to Stickman Chronicles. Your daily support helps us spend more time researching these incredible historical survival stories. Leave a comment right below about which historic secret agent has shocked you the most so far on our list. Now let us jump straight to number 5 on our list of unbelievable and chaotic historical conspiracies. Number 5 is the ultimate master of technological espionage, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg. The American couple lived a quiet civilian life while secretly participating in a massive underground spy ring. Julius worked as an engineer for the military, securing access to top-secret radar and jet propulsion blueprints. He recruited his brother-in-law, who was actively working on the highly classified atomic bomb project at Los Alamos. They meticulously sketched out the internal mechanics of the atomic bomb lens molds on simple writing pads. Ethel used her secretarial skills to carefully type up the highly complex technical formulas for the Soviet Union. This stolen data allowed the Soviet regime to rapidly accelerate their own nuclear weapons program by several years. The sudden loss of the American nuclear monopoly completely shocked the global geopolitical landscape overnight. The couple was eventually exposed by a decrypted secret message code and arrested by federal agents. Their historic trial and subsequent execution remains one of the most controversial espionage chapters in modern history. Moving to number 4, we look at the magnificent and lethal performance of the untouchable spy Richard Sorge. He was a brilliant German journalist who secretly operated as a highly dedicated Soviet military intelligence officer. Sorge traveled to Tokyo, where he successfully built a massive spy network right under the nose of the secret police. He used his charismatic personality to become a trusted advisor to the German ambassador in Japan. He managed to secure absolute access to the most highly classified imperial war plans and diplomatic telegrams. He famously warned Moscow of the exact start date for the massive German invasion known as Operation Barbarossa. His most critical intelligence report confirmed that Japan would not launch a secondary attack on Siberia from the east. This vital information allowed Stalin to confidently transfer millions of battle-hardened troops to save Moscow. His unmatched analytical mind and composure saved the Soviet state from absolute structural collapse during the crisis. Number 3 takes us to the American Civil War, with the brilliant operations of Harriet Tubman. Most people know her for her heroic rescue missions, but she was also a highly successful military spy chief. She volunteered her services to the Union Army, using her deep knowledge of Southern terrain and hidden trails. Tubman organized a highly sophisticated intelligence network composed of local enslaved people and river pilots. She disguised herself as a simple old field worker to move freely through heavily guarded Confederate territory. She gathered precise tactical intelligence on the location of enemy artillery placements and hidden supply storehouses. She personally guided a massive Union gunboat assault along the Combahee River based entirely on her own sketches. Her intelligence allowed the military to bypass dangerous underwater mines and ambush points completely unharmed. She became the first woman in American history to plan and execute a major armed military operation on campaign. At number 2, we look at the highly sophisticated double agent code named Duško Popov, who inspired James Bond. He was a wealthy and highly educated Serbian playboy who was recruited by the German intelligence service. Popov immediately traveled to London and offered his services to the British military intelligence unit MI6. He operated as a double agent, utilizing his lavish luxury lifestyle to maintain a perfect cover story. He traveled across international borders carrying secret invisible ink messages and complex microdot codes. He provided the German High Command with meticulously crafted false intelligence reports that they paid fortunes for. Popov actually discovered early tactical blueprints indicating a major upcoming Japanese attack on the base of Pearl Harbor. He traveled to America to warn the authorities, but his flamboyant lifestyle caused officials to completely dismiss his data. His incredible ability to maintain absolute psychological composure under constant threat of execution remains legendary. Finally, we reach number 1 on our list, which takes us to the high-stakes trenches of World War I. Number 1 is the unbelievable and legendary ghost spy of the Eastern Front, Margaretha Gertruda MacLeod, known as Mata Hari. She started her public rise as a highly exotic and celebrated temple dancer performing across the capitals of Europe. Her breathtaking appearance and charisma allowed her to easily charm the most powerful military generals and politicians. As the devastating war broke out, she utilized her neutral passport status to travel freely between rival nations. She took massive financial payments from both German and French intelligence services to act as a double agent. She gathered vital operational secrets about new weapons tank developments and frontline troop rotations during private meetings. Her secret files were filled with high-level military gossip that could alter the layout of an entire upcoming campaign. The French counter-espionage units eventually intercepted encrypted radio signals, exposing her secret German code name. She faced a massive public trial and stood before a firing squad with absolute, unshakable theatrical poise. Her historic name remains the ultimate global synonym for the dangerous intersection of beauty and deep espionage. These gripping narratives prove that human resourcefulness can shatter the strongest chains on Earth completely. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to Stickman Chronicles right now. See you tomorrow as we upload high-quality history videos every single day without fail.